Hello everybody, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Another amazing, incredible episode with Escapes with TK. Thank you so much for being here yet again. Please do not forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and also click on the notification bell, because we do not want you missing out on any of the amazing content and stories we share today. So today it's a Sunday and I went on an adventure. I tried to cover 6.23 kilometers of cycling this morning. And I must admit that, normally I get on my gear, I get on the bike, and I go cycling. Out of nowhere comes this huge truck moving very, very fast. And then suddenly I make my way off the turn. Long story short, I landed on the floor. So it's a beautiful Sunday. I'm a bit hurt and injured, not too badly though, but that's how my Sunday started. Anyway, so today, I really want to talk about one thing and one thing only, and that is how and why I monetize my skills, my talents, and my ability to do that, because everybody always asks me, where do you get the time? Where do you get the money to do all the things that you do? Guys, truth of the matter is, my salary and salary alone cannot afford the lifestyle that I live. I have a lot of interests, I have a lot of things that I like doing, and my salary alone, honestly, cannot finance or afford to finance every single thing that I do. Now, for everybody who knows me, I love to travel, whether it's domestic travel, whether it's international travel. And of course, that always comes with a cost. So now how do I afford to do all of that? So today is basically just me talking about how I monetize my skills, my resources, my skills and my talents, and how I went about doing that. So now, for those of you who do not know, who always think that I'm such an exceptionally talented public speaker and corporate MC, yes, I believe I'm a good MC, and I'm so humbled by that amazing talent that I have. Now, I've been doing a lot of public speaking for as far back as I can remember in primary school. So this is the skill that I recognized earlier on that comes with a lot of not too much effort. And over the years, I've been practicing, perfecting, learning, joining different things. And eventually I decided that I am so good at this, somebody needs to pay me for it. If it ain't about money, don't call me. So I love me some money because I love to finance the things that I do. So now, today I'm going to talk about two things: how I monetize my speaking skill, and two, how I'm leveraging off the many qualifications that I have in terms of making extra money. Now, obviously, I always have a brand. And again, guys, this is just Oros. Oros. There's nothing funny in here. It's pure. It's just Oros. Just to, keep the voice smooth and cool and all of that jazz. So let me start first with my public speaking career. As I mentioned earlier on, I've been speaking for the longest of time. I did debating, I did public speaking from as early as in primary school. So over the years, I've realized that I'm actually very good at this. I would speak at weddings, I would facilitate a few workshops, I would MC a couple of events. And I realized that, guys, this is absolutely a skill. And people are getting paid to speak in public. Either emceeing events, either facilitating, either keynote addresses, etc. So over the years, I decided that, I'm going to be intentional about monetizing the skill. Now, how did I do that? Obviously, nobody's going to start paying you without seeing the work that you do. So the first step for me was, how do I create a brand and how do I create value for myself? So I would offer to speak for free at different events. I would call up an event organizer and be like, can I be your MC? I will do it for free. So I did this for a couple of years, and the reason I did this is because, one, I did not know what the going rate was at that particular point in time, And two, I really had no basis to say that pay me for the job. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to showcase the value that I'll contribute and bring to a particular event. So I emceed a number of events. I remember specifically in 2015 when I intentionally decided that this is what I want to do. I would speak at the hookup dinner, and I would speak at the different events that are happening in Lesotho, offering my MC services for free. And the whole point of this was to say that if there are X amount of people who sit in different positions, be it in their professional careers, be it in the companies or businesses, if ever they need to find an MC, I need to be top of mind. So I would do it, and I would do it really well. I would research, I would prepare, I would bring in the lights, the feathers, the chandeliers, I would bring it all. I would bring it all, guys. Because the one thing that I wanted to do is I wanted people to see how great I am as a public speaker and an MC, and how seriously I take my job. So that's what I did over the years. And obviously you can only speak for free for X amount of time. So now the second challenge was, now how do I value the skill that I bring to the event? How do I monetize? How do I, and I will be very, very honest with you. The very first conversation was exceptionally difficult, to say that, so I don't speak for free no more. I sort of kind of need you to pay me for the services. Now, obviously, that was a big conversation to say, how do I get people to start paying me for the service? But then at the same time, I was like, if they're paid, what's my going rate? Do I charge on an hourly basis? Do I charge per session? What's the market value? And I did a lot of research, and to my absolute dismay, I realized that in the Lesotho context, there isn't really a benchmark that we can use to gauge how to charge. And obviously, using South Africa as a case study, they have a different market altogether. So it was a bit of a challenge for me trying to find that balance to say, how do I bring a rate how do I come up with a rate that is to my advantage, but also not big enough to scare the end consumer or the client at this particular point in time. Also bearing in mind that these are the people who have engaged me to speak for free for a number of years. So obviously, it all starts somewhere. I decided that I'm going to do this. I drew up a contract, a speaker engagement contract that I found that was referred to, that I tailored from a friend of mine who is a different contract. So I modified that contract to say that this is my terms and conditions. Obviously, I did a bit of research as well as to how speaker engagement contracts work. Google is your best friend, guys. Do not ever undermine that. And I put together a contract, and I came up with a rate card. Now, my rate card, at first I was like, yo. And the moment you start engaging with the customer or the client in this particular case, and you say, this is my rate card, and this is the basis of why I charge what I charge at this particular rate, the customer at first will try to negotiate and what have you not. But long story short is that's how I eventually started monetizing that particular skill that I have. The second thing that I started monetizing is what a lot of people do not know about me, is I actually studied tourism management at varsity. Guys, so I remember it was 2014 when I just started. I think I was 2 years into my professional career back at home. And at this point in time, I really was seeing flames financially. My finances were rock bottom. So I remember very specifically, I drew up I updated my CV, and then I went to the National University of Lesotho, the EM's Institute of Extramural Studies campus. And I was like, you know what? I have an honors degree in financial management. I can teach first years financial accounting or financial management. And 2014, that was when I did that. They did not call me for 2 years. 2015, 2016, they didn't call me. I got a call from them in 2016 July when I was away on a 2-week vacation in Europe. So suddenly I received a WhatsApp message, and they're like, we're trying to get in touch with you. How can we get in touch with you? I sent them an email, and then guys, I got a job as a part-time lecturer. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And I got paid an hourly rate every Saturday for a semester to teach tourism management. Now, obviously, I did tourism up to 3rd year level, but I had a postgraduate in financial management. So now, where do the two combine? That obviously meant that I would have to bring in that knowledge, do a bit more research, to facilitate the lectures, and then obviously bring in my experience as a traveler, because I can safely say now I am a seasoned traveler. Wow, guys, big ego, I know, forgive me for that big ego. But yeah, so essentially I started lecturing, and I did that for 4 years. For 4 years, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and now a bit of 2020. That's when I decided, peace, I've done that all, on to the next project. So the long story short is, how can you monetize your skills? I mean, I've got friends who are amazing editors. I've got friends who are amazing speakers, amazing writers, amazing anything. Guys, we are sitting on our talents. And if there's one thing that COVID-19 and the lockdown has taught me specifically is, I cannot rely on my salary alone. So now the question is, how then do I position myself to make extra money from the skills that I have? I am an academic, my academics are very good, and I've got a number of qualifications to back that up. But it's not just about the qualifications, it's about how I can use those qualifications to make an extra buck. Secondly, I can speak, and I love to speak. It makes me excited. It energizes me, guys. It really energizes me. So I've decided that, hey, this is a skill I can monetize, and so far so good. Obviously, with the exception that many events were cancelled, which means now my entire saving strategy, my entire financial plan from that additional sources of income comes to a breaking point. But long story short, what this video is about is how I am monetizing the skills that I have. Many a time we think that we cannot monetize our skills, and I am saying to you, we can monetize. Find that skill, find that passion, find whatever it is that you can do. If you can bake, why are you giving away your scones and muffins for free? Get somebody to pay for that. Honestly, get someone to pay for that. If you love to bake, if you love to cook, if you love to travel, if you love to write, if you love to edit, let us monetize. Guys, if it ain't about the money, do not call me up. Do not call me up. Now, obviously, extra income means there are tax implications. So now, in the next few videos later on, I will deep dive into why we need to comply with our taxes, because it's one certainty, we'll be paying tax. And extra income, it means that the tax man will be coming after you. So it's very important for us to file our tax returns. But this video is not about that. It's about how we can monetize our skills and talents. I love photographers, I love videographers, because they create content and they monetize. I love editors, copy editors, I think they're called. I love bloggers. Guys, if you can be a tutor, if you can be a musician, if you can be whatever that can put the rands, the dollars, the maluti in your bank account, why are you sleeping on those skills? Can it? Why? Guys, until the next video, I do hope that you've enjoyed this particular segment. And this Oras is really refreshing. I didn't put any ice in it because I'm trying to keep the voice sane and the voice excited. But long story short, let us monetize, let us use our skills to bring in that extra buck. Until the next video, love, peace, money. Have a beautiful day. Let me recover from my minor accident this morning. And please remember to subscribe, click the notification bell, and call a friend to subscribe, and let's engage on the content. Love, peace, money!